What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so the supposed genius of JJ Redneck has been exposed versus the lowly Pistons, the Pistons franchise that has not been relevant since the days of Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, that team. Ever since that team left the scene, the Pistons have been pretty much one of the lower tier disappointments in the NBA. But somehow, the Los Angeles Fakers lost to the now 3-5 Pistons. Somehow they lost. I thought this was the team when they were 3-0. Everybody said JJ was a genius. He's a future Hall of Famer. The LeBron, the LeBron cult were doing cartwheels on social media, and you know what I'm saying, just going off, man, just acting a fool, you know, jumping from vine to vine and trees, swinging around, just ooh and ah and all over the place because they felt like they found their savior in JJ Redneck. He did all his equations. He computed the numbers. He crunched the numbers. He did the ratios and the algebraic expressions, and divided the cheap fouls per game into the defensive asterisks and the ratios, and he figured it all out. He thought, but it failed. Part of the reason why they failed is because A, he's overrated and not what people claim they want him to be. And B, LeBron Ramon James needs to retire because the guy plays absolutely no defense whatsoever, and he pads his numbers with empty stats that do not really impact winning. And he's holding Anthony Davis back. Anthony Davis had a big monster game again, 37 points, 9 rebounds. I want to say Anthony Davis is leading the NBA in scoring. Haven't looked at that, but he's up there. He isn't leading the league in scoring. He still continues his MVP campaign, but he's being held back by a multitude of factors. The fact that the Lakers don't play defense, but in particular, LeBron Ramon James, here in year 69 of his NBA career, the guy been playing since, FDR. Matter of fact, scratch that. He's been playing since goddamn Wolverine was a baby. Matter of fact, I heard that LeBron James used to babysit Wolverine Logan when he was a child, And at the end of the day, the guy don't play any defense. And BSPN, fake sports, these pundits, these talking heads on television, for some reason, they never call it out. He plays absolutely zero defense. And that hurts the Lakers, aka the Fakers. Also, and I saw Dreams Pro point this out, something is off with LeBron Ramon James' shooting. Uh, I think that it's age catching up with him. Um, you know, I know that his career has been artificially enhanced and prolonged, allegedly, in my opinion, although the media seems to ignore this, and we know why. Uh, just funny to me how Barry Bonds was just sworn up and down that he used something, and he was punished by not being in the Hall of Fame, as was Roger Clemens, as was Manny Ramirez, as was Rafael Palmeiro, and Sammy Sosa, and Mark McGuire, and essentially Gary Sheffield, I think, too, right? Just because he goddamn Barry Bonds' cousin or some shit. But, this guy, where there's actual evidence, allegedly, and not just accusations, but there's ties. But, I guess, certain people, it's cool, you know. Barry Bonds, no. But Ryan Garcia and Diddy, it's all good. They can do what they want to do. But back to this game. It was a great, it was a good, entertaining game. If you're a Pistons fan, these boys was running up and down the court, making the Lakers cough up lungs. When you have youth, you have to take advantage of that. There was a lot of transitions points scored. Um, you know, I really wasn't seeing the Lakers, and that's been an Achilles heel of theirs for quite some time, but it seems more pronounced, even more so this year, that when you smash the gas on the Lakers, and they don't have their 30 free throw advantage. I think the free throw disparity in this game was like 27-22. That's more manageable because statistically, the Lakers are getting ridiculous advantages at the free throw line. I think over the past, since 2021, I think the Lakers have a net advantage of like 5 points per game at the free throw line compared to their opponent. That's giving them 5 extra points. That's a huge advantage statistically over that longer stretch. And if the free throw disparity is more fair, the Lakers probably won't even qualify for the play in a couple of those years. So it is that's substantial. But whatever the case may be, the Lakers are now 4-3. Now, for the rest of this month, their schedule is pretty favorable because look, they play Memphis tomorrow at Memphis. They're probably going to lose that game. But then afterwards, let's see, they play the Sixers. Now, Paul George and Joel Embiid, whatever's going on with those guys, I don't think they're going to be available, so they'll probably win that game, probably. And they play the Raptors, who they're already beaten. And they play Memphis again, this time at LA. Maybe they get that one. They play the Spurs. They're not a great team. They're better than last year, but they're not a great team. Then they play the Pelicans. They've been a clusterfuck. But they're at New Orleans. Maybe the Lakers win that game. I don't know. Then they play the Jazz, who haven't won a game yet. They play the Magic, who were a good team, but they lost Paolo Banchero, who just suffered a torn oblique. Guy just scored 50 points. Then they play the Spurs again. They play the Thunder, who they're going to lose to. Then they play the Jazz, who haven't won. So they can go into December. What would they be like? 9-5, 10-5. But the schedule does get tougher for them. So they mess around and, you know what I'm saying, lose games now that they should be winning, it's going to come back to haunt them. It's going to come back to haunt the Lakers later on as the schedule gets harder, because especially the second half of the season, the schedule is going to be a lot tougher for the Fakers. But, LeBron Ramon James takes an L. JJ Redneck is not what they try to have him out to be. He's not the second coming of Red Auerbach. He's not a future Hall of Fame coach, in my opinion. They should have never fired Darvin Ham. Hey, by the way, man, I had to block some clown, man, that keeps telling me why I'm not calling out Darvin Ham for Milwaukee. Since when did you call out an assistant coach? When do you call out assistant coaches for responsibility in coaching losses? Assistant coach? Assistant coach. Now I see you talking about Doc Rivers, but assistant, that's a dude that's a spiteful motherfucker right there. But don't worry. I'm gonna talk about the Bucks. And Giannis is getting on my everlasting nerves. He's really starting to get on my nerves, man. He really is. So I'm gonna talk about him too. But yeah, the Fakers take a L. What's the excuse gonna be? Hmm? Is BSPN even going to talk about this game? Or are they going to ignore it like they do every other faker loss? Anyway, that's all I got to say about it.